Hey, it's another great day in Denver when we are living in Denver, Colorado. Today, I'm going to take you to Golden, Colorado, which is a suburb on the far west side of Denver, literally butting up to the mountains. So let's get to it. Hey, I'm Michelle Wise, and my partner Cheryl Crown, who normally does these videos with me, isn't here today. I do the map tours, so you'll have to catch her on our Golden vlog, and we are living in Denver, Colorado. If you're considering making a move to Denver, or you're local and you want to move within Denver, then you've come to the right place. Because we live here, we can give you the inside scoop on everything related to the Denver metro area. So make sure you subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications, shoot us a text, give us a call, send us an email, however it is you want to get in touch with us so that you'll be notified when we drop a new video. And listen, while we are realtors here in the state of Colorado, our main purpose with these videos is to give you information so that you can learn about the various areas within the Denver metro area. So make sure, again, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of our information's below. And we get calls and emails every day from people just like you, and we answer each of them personally. So regardless of your time frame, we're here for you. So in the meantime, let's get to it. Okay, so Golden. Golden is a very desirable suburb of Denver. It butts up right against the mountains. So let me show you, let me share my screen with you here, and I will show you what we're talking about. All right, so you can see on this map here that Golden sits right here in this red area. Golden sits right here along the edge of the mountains. It is situated nicely between the Denver metro area and the Rocky Mountains. So Golden is interesting because it literally sits at the very base of the foothills. So part of Golden feels like you're still kind of in the Denver metro area, and part of Golden, as it spreads out, goes up into the foothills. So you can literally live in Golden and feel like you're living in the mountains. Very desirable area for people to live in. And people are honestly always looking to move to Golden. Inventory on homes is very short because it is such a desirable location. And honestly, if you look at it, you can see right here, it's not overly big. If we go to the niche.com and you can get some information, there's only 20,000 people that live in Golden full time. And so when you look at that compared to all the other suburbs in Denver, it is really a small town. So it's in demand, prices are higher because of that. And you can see that you're in skiing territory within probably 45 minutes, if not less, depending on traffic, if you're living in Golden. As far as where it sits in proximity to the rest of the city, again, downtown Denver is right here in the middle of the map. Golden is far west. And so you can see some of these other cities we've talked about are a little more central to Denver, but access to Golden is not really very difficult from Denver. So it's got a straight shot basically from, let me not get too far. If we zoom in here, here's Golden again. And so Denver's here. So there's I-70, which runs along the north side of town up through Golden and then up into the mountains. So that's one way you can get to Denver, as well as you can take the I-70 highway, Interstate I-70, over here to the airport as well. So if traveling or working at the airport, you can get there pretty simply. It's probably about 30 to 35 minutes, depending on traffic. The other thing that you can do to get into downtown Denver is use 6th Avenue. So 6th Avenue on the east side of Denver is your standard street, stoplights, etc. However, on the west side of Denver, it transitions into more of a highway. So there are no stoplights until you get closer to Golden. And this is a pretty straight shot direct into downtown Denver. So that's a nice option. Really, those are kind of your two options as far as getting east to Denver. And the other option you could do if you're trying to get to the outskirts of Denver is you can take 470, which if you've watched our other map tours, 470 is a toll in certain areas, but this section right here along the southern and western side of the city, there's no toll here. So you can drive to Highlands Ranch, over to I-25 for free. And that is a 65 speed highway, so it moves pretty well. And until you get to I-25, again, there's no charge. So once you get past I-25 and head out here on the east or the north side of 470, that's where the toll kicks in, and it's a pricey toll. Denver or Colorado, proud of their toll roads. So you're gonna pay probably 20 bucks to get to the airport from just right here at I-25 around. And then there's not really a connection up north here on 470. You have to take Highway 93 and cut over. So you'd be better off at that point just going on I-70, and that will take you there. So let's jump into Golden here. Let me zoom in. So let me go to satellite view here. Like I mentioned, Golden sits right at the base of the mountains. So it is really a beautiful, beautiful town. It does have an old downtown area. So you can get to, go down and check out, the old historic gold rush type mountain town feeling. Buffalo Bill was said to be in this area, and we have a museum up here in the foothills, not technically Golden, but it is right here at Lookout Mountain, which sits directly west of Golden. So Golden itself kind of has that old gold rush feel of the downtown area. And with that also comes Colorado School of Mines. So Colorado School of Mines is a very prestigious college here in Golden. It's a very important part to Golden's environment and atmosphere. And Colorado Mines they do a lot of engineering degrees out of there. It's a Division II school, so they do have some sports teams, and they have some great sports athletic fields as well. You can see that the school sits right here. This is that 6th Avenue that I mentioned. So it actually comes in from the east and then kind of heads north a little bit along the base of the foothills to get you up into Golden. And another big proud thing that Golden boasts is that they have the Coors Brewery. So Coors, everybody knows what Coors beer is. The brewery, their home brewery, is based in Golden, Colorado. And what they pride themselves off is that they take the Rocky Mountain runoff from the snow in the rivers, and that's what they use to brew their beer. So you can do tours of the Coors Brewery with tastings. It's very interesting, and again, it's something that Golden is very proud of, and they should be. When you get up here, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit further to their old town. We do visit Old Town in our Golden vlog, so check that out. You'll see the downtown areas right here along Washington Avenue, and this little area right here has all kinds of restaurants, shops, again, restaurants and bars, hotels, and the Clear Creek runs right here through the northern end of downtown Golden. And again, that's where Coors uses for their beer. Lots of different mom and pop type restaurants, and a couple chain restaurants are there as well, but lots of great eating establishments. There's some VRBOs down there. Again, the hotel is up here, and there's a visitor center. So if you do move in, that's a terrible picture, but if you do move in or come check out Golden, you can get some more information from that. Another interesting aspect here, as you can see, Golden is kind of situated between, on the west, you've got the Rocky Mountains, but you have a couple mountains right here. South Table Mountain, and then also North Table Mountain, which is up here. So you are kind of situated in between the two. So you're almost feeling like you're kind of down in a little valley. So good thing about it is it feels like you're in the mountains. Maybe a con that we didn't even mention in our pros and cons video is that you're surrounded by big mountains on both sides. And so when the sun comes up from the east, it's got to get over these two mountains first. So you kind of are in the shade a little bit. And then you have a great day of full sun here, but then it dips behind these Rocky Mountains. And so your actual hours of pure daylight are a little less. But I don't think it's enough that anybody would maybe not consider moving there for, but it is something to consider if that's something that's important to you, because it is, it is an issue there. It is something that happens. There is a golf course in Golden here, and again, people live in Golden mostly because of its quaint town feel, as well as the ability to live in a foothills mountain type environment. So let me go back here to the Golden outline so you can see that on the map. So we do show you a couple houses that are over here off of I-70 in the foothills, in these areas that show you, kind of some mountain living and a great feel of just being close and proximate to the town, amenities, all that, but actually having the mountains and trees and wildflowers and all of that's kind of surrounding you. So it's a great little town. It has King Soopers, restaurants, pretty much anything you could want to do here. Here's Fossil Trace Golf Course, which I mentioned earlier, but it's a beautiful golf course, and you can see in this picture a little bit, if you can see right here on the edge, you can see how it's kind of got that surrounding feel of the mountains around it. But again, you dip in here, there's plenty of, if you're going to look for some property, the housing prices of Golden have increased dramatically because Boulder, if you're familiar with Boulder, we haven't done a vlog on that yet, but we will. Boulder is super desirable, one of the most expensive places to live in Colorado on the Front Range. And some of that has kind of diverted south into Golden. You can see here on the map when I back out a bit, Boulder sits up here. And so all along this Highway 93 is booming. And that's, other towns, but it's pushed itself down. And Boulder has that same mountain foothills feel. It's nestled right up against the foothills as Golden does. And so I think people that are maybe outpriced of Boulder move to Golden or along this Highway 93 stretch here to get that same feeling and living environment, but not quite to pay the high price tags that are in Boulder. So Golden home prices have definitely jumped, but there is a lot of options as far as the small little town goes. So down here in downtown Golden, this is all homes that have been here. It's this section here in the middle here by the college and along this east side of 6th Avenue. Those homes were mostly established back in the early to mid 1900s. And so you're going to have a lot of variety in this neighborhood as far as, existing homes that still look like not a whole lot has been done to them since the mid 1900s. You're going to get that mid-century modern feeling in some of them that have been updated, and then you're going to get ones that have been completely scraped and rebuilt on that plot of land. So a lot of variety in home types in this neighborhood, and you'll see that on our Golden blog. If you head up here above the Golden Freeway, these homes are newer. So they were built anywhere between 70s, 80s, 90s in that area, because the growth of Golden, or the new build growth of Golden, has had to stretch up this direction in order to have a place to expand into, because you have the mountains here, not a lot of option, and so this is the direction it's gone. Bigger lots usually are in the central area here. As with any place here in Colorado, your newer construction tends to be on a smaller footprint of a lot. So, and you're going to get kind of the mid-range in this section, because it is kind of not brand new, but it's newer than the central Golden areas. But again, everything's close. You have King Soopers, there's parks, they have a lot of green space in Golden, which is really nice. And they don't really have their own business area, I guess you would call it. They have small mom and pops, no big corporate mecca here in Golden, because that you'll find up north closer to Boulder, or you'll have to go into Denver for that. Okay, and so then you're going to have some hotels all along 6th Avenue and I-70 in this section of Golden, because again, this is very tightly already developed out. So that's kind of Golden for you in a nutshell. Let's jump over again and cover some stats in Golden. Again, I've mentioned that there's about 20,000 people that live in Golden currently, and their school districts are Jefferson County schools. They get great grades. And again, look at it, make sure the schools you're interested in get good grades as well. But they do have, Jefferson County is a great school district here in Colorado. So you can see some of the stats here. Housing gets a C because, as I had mentioned, the cost of housing is rising. And but overall, it's really safe. They have a lot of, diversity in regards to families and living types and ages and so forth. So it's a great little place. Let's see here. What else does it tell us here? Median home value is just under $600,000 and rent is right around $1,500. I would venture to guess that rent price is a little bit low right now, just because of the demand of housing. We've seen our rents increase quite a bit in Colorado, and you'll see that it's kind of a mixed bag here of how many people own versus how many people rent. And I will say that I do think the college being there has some skew on this number because there are a lot of college rental houses in Golden or in and around, not just the dorms. So that is something to think about. And we've already covered the map. You can kind of see here that best suburbs for young professionals is number 21. Suburbs with best public schools. That's interesting to me that it's only a 33 out of 72. But, this is ranking it here. So again, very safe. It's mostly white collar crimes, not a lot of violent crime. And residents give it a B+ on diversity in regards to age and education. So, and then again, the biggest places to work in Golden are the Coors Brewing Company, which I mentioned, in the city of Golden. So again, doesn't have a big corporate environment or section like a downtown or a Denver Tech Center. So you will have to commute out of Denver if something like that is what you're looking for. So that about wraps up our Golden tour today. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check out our blog on make sure you check out our blog on Golden, as well as our pros and cons. I think you'll definitely find it. That Golden does a lot of things downtown, in that downtown area I talked about, activities, kind of the Wild Wild West theme. So check it out. And again, if you have any questions or need further information, give us a call or shoot us a text. And please make sure you subscribe. We're here for you. Have a great day.